Decide Your Destiny crew, Kyle Spreedy's here. Thanks for joining me for another Decide Your Destiny daily dose. Decide to involve more people in what you're doing. This is something that has benefited me in terms of my relationships, in terms of my personal relationships in combination with my work life, in terms of the passions that I'm trying to, pursue and achieve and strive for, and, sometimes can have a bit of a work-life way out of balance lifestyle and be working pretty much non-stop, and trying to figure out that sort of when do I turn off, when do I clock off, when do I how do I balance myself or become a more stable person that's not just totally going down one track. I think one of the things that helps that is when you share with people what you're doing. You share your life, you share the things that you got to do in your day, you share, whether it's with family or friends or another colleague, you share that. And in sharing that, you create better relationships. And one tip that I've learned that's really benefited me is, putting in the premise, saying something as simple as this, so instead of closing the door, locking the door, I'm writing for an hour, and I'm just not going to let anyone in here, and if anyone unlocks the door and comes in, I'm going to bark and yell at them. That's a very hostile environment you're creating, and you're creating problems for no reason. And the issue is the communication, and a lot of our issue, humanity, politics, social issues, really come from a lack of communication, whether we're trying to, I think where it really comes from is a lack of communication with your intent. What are your intentions here? You're just closing the door, just discarding the family to the side, not caring about them. Or, if you go and tell them beforehand, hey guys, quickly listen, I'm going to go lock this door. I'm going to just write. I need an hour of just quiet time while I write, or while I work on this project, while I edit this, video, while I research this topic. I just need an hour of complete quiet time. Once that hour's up, I'm all yours. I'm coming back out here. We're going to engage with each other, converse, and have a great time. But you need to put that premise in, and it's something that I think for myself personally, with trust being broken very early on in my life, you close in and everything's very insular, and you push everything down, emotions, information. You don't share. You don't involve other people. You don't involve other people in your problems as well, and different sort of things, which obviously has good qualities, but some of the bad qualities is you're not letting other people know what's going on. And I know that I've done that a lot. I'll just go and do. I'll just jump into that. I'll just do. And I haven't kind of forewarned or shared, or thought, oh, maybe how is this going to affect other people? And that's a lack of respect on my part. That I haven't necessarily thought of the other person. It's a lack of respect that I haven't thought, okay, how is this going to affect them? Have I considered them? Have I thought about them? Have I thought about what, involving them in the situation, involving them in me trying to figure out the solution, involving them in how I'm going about my project and letting them know when I can be available, or involving them in some big life challenge of mine. It's a lack of respect, because that person is, if they're someone close to you, family or friends, they're thinking, wow, I can, Kyle can unload to me, or he can share things with me, or he can, and for yourself, Joe, Craig, Jenny can share information with me, and she can unload and she can express. Why did she keep all this down? And those people often feel hurt. But from our perspective, we go, oh, I don't want to share that with them. They don't really need to know this. Lovely. Up to a stop street. They don't need to know this. They don't need to share this information. I don't need to share this information. Why do I need to burden them with this information? But they might have solutions. They might be able to help you out. They might be able to understand you more. They might not think you're a knobhead anymore. They might go, great, he's got this project because of this, this, and this is why it's important, because it relates back to his grandmother, or relates to this story, or it relates to that, and that's why he's got to get it done by this deadline, and so on and so on. So involving people, and this can even extend to collaborations. You can achieve so much more if you're involving people, if you're involving people in your project, if you're involving people and you share and you go, instead of just being so insular and everything's on your own. I mean, that's how some of the billionaires operate, some of the really successful people operate, is they have networks that we're not touching yet, or we're not in just yet, or we don't know about. But the reason they have those networks is because they've involved people. Hey, I need a certain amount of investors for this deal to go through, for me to buy this plot of land, this portion of space, whatever it is. I need a certain amount of people, and they involve people. So I think it's also good to involve people in the good work that you guys do, in the work that you do in your day, and with your family, because that work-life balance thing, that is really where you can affect relationships, and people can perceive you totally wrong. So it's not about like being a sharer of every single thing, like, oh, I chipped my nail today, I've got to share that information with you. But it's about involving people in your life, what you're doing, because a lot of times you'll find out what you're doing is very similar to what they're doing in a different sort of way, or they know someone that's doing something similar, and we're all here just trying to figure it out, trying to work out our own thing, trying to find out what our core message is and what we want to share. So when you involve people, you actually align yourself better, and you bring that core message, you bring that vision to life more. So make sure when you're going about your day, you're going about your week, when you're going about the project and the passion project, make sure that you really involve people in what you're doing, and you can really bring prosperity into your life a lot faster. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed that one. Share it around with someone who maybe closes off or kind of keeps everything locked down, locked in. Share it around. I'm sure they might like this or not, but yeah, let me know what you think. Put a comment down below of how you've been involving other people more. Maybe you've joined a network group that's allowed you to involve people. Maybe you've joined a book club, something like that. Let me know down below. I'm always interested, and I really do say that. I mean it. I'm always interested to hear. And subscribe if you like the content. And as always, guys, remember, decide your destiny. Cheers.